We have with us Jane Lenarz, a third grade teacher at Marine Elementary School, who has done some interesting work with writing and critical thinking. And we're going to talk about a particular writing unit that has to do with opinions. So, Jane, tell us a little bit about your writing unit on opinions.
Opinion writing addresses the third grade standards in that genre. We start out in opinion writing by tapping into the kind of natural argumentative and strong opinions of third graders. And we start with a shared topic writing, and we've done persuasive essays on addressed to our principal about having more library books. We did a shared topic where our audience was all the kids in the school trying to get us to have an all-day reading day. And we used the shared topic format to create persuasive speeches from that. So students have learned the format of writing a persuasive piece, and they translate that to a persuasive speech. So we publish those persuasive speeches on our website, and it's a thrill for everyone to see those and share those with the community and with our families. There's a lot of volume writing in that first piece, and so students are learning lots of skills that they can then transfer to a longer piece. And that's an editorial or an essay where students really form a strong opinion about something and then find reasons and evidence for that strong opinion. Then students write a petition, something they'd like to change, and they rally people to agree with them. And then the fourth piece that we write in opinion is a collaborative piece, and we work in cause groups where students share a common cause, and they do research together, and they share ideas. They acknowledge counter arguments and think about how somebody might object to their cause. And although they write individual pieces, and that can be an editorial, an essay, or a petition, they are all working together to think deeply about their topic. And some kids have chosen saving the whales, environmental issues, and those can be ways or things that they can see change happening either in their school, their community, or the world at large. So it's a really powerful unit where students learn that they can make a difference, and writing can be a vehicle for making that difference.
Jane, could you describe for us one of those units and what the student goes through with their thinking processes as they're working on their writing, and how you work that as their teacher coach, and what that classroom looks like, what the classroom environment does to handle that workflow?
I think a really powerful way to experience that is to tell you what you'd see if you'd walk in. And I think what you'd see kids gathered on the ground listening to a brief mini lesson about some skill or strategy that they can choose to apply in their writing. And I'm going to be looking for that when I conference with them. Are they taking what I've presented in a mini lesson as a teaching point? Are they applying that to their writing? And my job as their teacher and their coach is to push them in that when I'm conferencing with them. Have you thought about trying this? So that's how the mini lesson connects to the conferencing. You'd also see students at different phases of the writing process. Some kids really struggle more with coming up with ideas. Other kids are trying to find the heart of their story when they're revising. Another thing that that you might see when you come in is students collaborating, serving as each other's feedback and pushing each other. So they have writing partners, and that's the first person they go to for help and assistance and feedback. So they're getting feedback from the teacher, feedback from each other, and maybe a group of them who are in a book club or a writing club together are also giving group support and feedback. The whole idea is that each piece becomes better than the last. And how we do that in classroom is we use checklists. And students self-assess. They look for areas of growth. They set goals, and then they have an action plan of how to get there. So I'm holding them accountable to that on their checklist. They're either starring or writing out goals specifically, so when I come in conference, I can look at their goals and seeing if that's showing up in their writing. I also carry with me the progression writing progression. So if they've met third grade goals, I'm going to push them toward fourth grade goals in writing. So it's a constant interplay between me and the student of holding them accountable for their goals and the third grade standards, and then meeting them where they're at and pushing them forward. And then their peers in the classroom are doing the same thing. So they're getting constant feedback and adjusting.
As each student participates in this writing process with you as their teacher or coach, what sort of internal struggles or what sort of internal operations are going on in the student's mind that is enabling students to practice critical thinking skills?
So with writing, you get to see all of their struggles on the paper. Third grade students are going to write what they're thinking. And that's, we encourage that. I encourage them to get all their thoughts down, do fast drafts, and then revise. So I might have a student, for example, and third grade students do struggle a lot with organization. How do I put my thoughts, especially in an opinion, where it's organized in such a way where I make a big impact on my reader? My teaching point in a conference might be, okay, so your opinion is stated first, then the evidence follows. So the teaching point might be me saying that and then modeling how to do that with their words. Then the students practice it, but they're having right on the spot to assimilate and to think really deeply about what I'm teaching them and how they can apply that to their own writing right in the moment. And we do that daily.